All right, what is up, guys? New location. I don't think I've ever taken you guys down this road. A random UK telephone booth for some reason. I don't know. I don't get it. Each their own, I guess. So the very first friend that I made in Raleigh lived down that road right there. We're no longer friends because he's really, really woke and he didn't like me anymore, so he stopped talking to me. But it is, whatever. I haven't talked to him in years. We're actually in a band together. But this is Lake Wheeler Road, guys. Welcome to Lake Wheeler Road. I'm heading down to Feetway Gun and Gold because I am getting absolutely ridiculously obsessed with guns again, which happens from time to time for me. Seems like every year or two when we have a major gun scare, you know, like a gun grab threat or Democratic president, I always just kind of sit back on the gun stuff and I'm just like, you know what, I have my ammo, I have my magazines, I have my rifles and my handguns that I like and that I'm going to keep. And you know what, if ammo's not available and guns aren't available, I'll let everybody else panic buy and I'll do my thing. Now that the panic buying and a lot of the hoarding is over and things are starting to become available again, I'm actually getting really into guns again. I actually have a rifle class coming up in about a week or so. It's going to be like 200 to 300 yard rifle class. So I need to go get some ammo. And then after that, in a couple months, I'm going to try to get into a run and gun, which is essentially a Spartan race with shooting. That's going to take place in Alberley, North Carolina at the Gun Run. So if you're in North Carolina and you want to come run and gun with me, I'll be at the Gun Run in Alberley, North Carolina. I think September 24th is the date. I got invited by a friend of mine to start doing some practical pistol shooting association stuff again. So a few years back I was looking for something practical to get into shooting wise, and I found the US Practical Shooting Association, and then I looked them up and I bought some stuff to start doing that kind of stuff, and honestly I didn't really find that they were that practical. No hate, but I just don't think you're gonna go to war with a handgun, so I fell out of it, and then I found the Gun Run, which is essentially LARPing. It's like military LARPing, to be honest with you. A lot of us go out there with our rifles and our handguns and our plate carriers, and we go pretend to be military, but it's actually really good training though as well. If you know anything about the history of the militia in this country, you'll know that the general public being very well trained with rifles is usually a good thing. It's usually a good thing for freedom. If you look at some of the troop spreads and some of the battles that happened during the Revolutionary War, it was both sides would have 15,000 troops, and then the US military would have 200,000 militia on their side. Getting my rifle out to the range here and there. Unfortunately though, we don't really have a range around here that goes out super far, so I have to stay to between 50 and 70 yards, which isn't really that far. I've actually hit targets with a pistol at that range. That's why I'm signing up for this medium range rifle class next month. You guys are probably wow, you're not making a vlog on the way to jiu-jitsu? This is weird. I don't know how else to process a Paramoto video if you're not talking about driving to jiu-jitsu. yeah, jiu-jitsu has been a huge part of my life for about 2.5 years. And it's going to continue to be a huge part of my life, to be honest with you. But I'm just dealing with an injury right now that's just I think it's time to rest and heal up. Actually, I'm starting to separate this shoulder. It hurts a lot every single day. It just feels like I got stabbing pains in my shoulder all the time. And it's all because of a black belt that goes a little bit too hard. Decided to drop me on my shoulder twice during a roll. It hurts a lot, so that's where I'm at right now. It hurts a lot every single day, and I think I'm probably going to try to just take July off. I think that's where I'm at with jiu-jitsu, is I might just take a month off. This month we're going down to Hilton Head anyway, so I'm not going to be able to do jiu-jitsu at Gracie. Wow, they got my heart rate up. In July, I'm probably not going to be able to go to jiu-jitsu for a week or so. So my plan is if I can't go for a week, then I'll go, then I'll not go for 3 additional weeks, make a month, and try to heal. The unfortunate thing about AC injuries and stuff is that they don't really do much for them. If it gets really bad, they do surgery for them, but it's not very common. Most of the time it heals on their own. You just gotta deal with the pain. Kind of not unlike a rib injury. I don't know if you guys ever broken ribs. I've broken ribs doing jiu-jitsu too. They don't really do anything for that either. They just make you, just tough it out. And there's really not anything you can do anyway because your ribs are going to move every time you breathe. So it's not like you can like split in your ribs. You know, I got like a wrap that goes around your torso. It takes a little bit of the edge off if it just happened, but you know, it just is what it is. That's why, like, when people like bullshit like public safety, like cops and firefighters for like not training, like this cop couldn't do a De La Riva sweep to back take the bow and arrow choke on this guy. You know, he's garbage. You know, like that's why I'll never really fault anybody for not training hand-to-hand stuff. Is that a lot of people can't handle having this level of injury all the time. You know, and it's not like I'm ever like down and out injured, but I've broken most of my toes on one foot at the same time. I've broken ribs. You know, I think I've broken like 3 ribs, separated a bunch of cartilage, you know, had fingers like super flexed where it was hard to even like grab onto stuff, you know, and now I have a separated shoulder, and some people can't deal with that level of injury. Some people don't want to deal with it, and I don't blame them at all. I just feel like it's so judgmental of people. Be like, every single cop needs to spend 2.5 years, and you know, like for me, I've spent like 500 hours training, and it's just like not realistic. It's not realistic for everybody. Although I think people should train, I'll never hate anybody who doesn't for that exact reason. But like, I know, you know, jiu-jitsu to me, like a lot of people will be like, well, if you keep on getting injured this much, then you probably need to be training differently. And I'm like, I don't disagree with most people, but like this most recent thing, I can't do anything without a black belt throwing me on my shoulder. I'm only a blue belt. You know, a blue belt is still a beginner level. Like, yeah, blue belt, you're like better than most of the people at your gym typically, because most of the people at a gym are typically a white belt. You know, but at the same point, like, I can't do anything about it. You know, I'm not at their level yet. I can't defend that. I've learned a lot from this injury, and the guys that, you know, I need to get better base, I need to put my weight in different places, and I need to just be better overall at not getting thrown. But at the same point, if a black belt wants to throw me, a black belt's probably going to throw me. I think this is part of 540. They're finally starting to get 540 down here. I haven't been down this road in so long. I actually used to work down in Peakway, and I love Peakway. I mean, it's just like country, but also there's a lot of conveniences of living down here still. It's just a good place. It's definitely changed a lot, but there's a lot more people coming to town. It's crazy how big this county is. Like, you can literally ride your motorcycle for 45 minutes and still be in the same county that you started in. It's crazy how big this freaking county is. And I haven't been messing around. I'm not doing a circle. I'm literally driving a straight line through this county, and it takes me 40 minutes to get from North Raleigh, you know, down to Peakway Marina, which is like the southernmost city in Wake County, but still, this is all new, big houses. I don't know how people afford houses nowadays, guys. Like, me and my girlfriend, we were like really starting to get to the point of like, okay, well, we're married house, like we're gonna start going down that road. And then like she ended up going back to school, which is good for the long term, you know, for her long-term salary and earning potential is her going back to school and not being stuck in a career that she hates. You know, rather than be a paramedic, be a nurse, then you have a lot more options, which is good for her. I think the ship almost sailed on us buying a house in Wake County, because like, you know, these houses that were going for like 180 are going for like almost $400,000 now. There'll be like a shack on like, you know, 1/10 of an acre, and they'll be like, oh, we want $230 for it. We know what we have, don't lowball. I guarantee you, like a manufactured house like that is probably going for $200,000 right now. It's insane. Oh man, that's some good land right there, man. That looks beautiful. I would really like to live down here. This is probably my favorite section of Wake County as a whole, is just the very southernmost tip. I love me some rednecks and some country people. They're honest, safe down here. There's not a lot of bullshit to deal with. And it's actually, the more and more people build down here, the more convenience it's becoming, so. Just passed the cop and I have no idea what the speed limit is here. Man, I remember like when I first came down to North Carolina, like I signed on for this job at Wake County EMS. My biggest thing was like, don't put me on a 24-hour shift and I'll sign up, I'll say yes today. And the person that hired me was like, don't worry about it, there's no way you're gonna get put on 24-hour shifts. You know, we got you, bro, fam. In 6 months, 6 months, guys, 6 months, I was on 24-hour shifts. And the thing, the way that they did 24-hour shifts down here was so stupid. Usually if you work a shift that is less desirable, you get paid more. Everybody hated working 24-hour shifts, and guess what? you got paid less here for working them because of all the built-in overtime on the crap schedule. It was 24 on, 24 off for like, I mean, I think like 4 shifts. So it'd be like, you work a day, you're off a day, you work a day, you're off a day for 4 shifts. Which basically meant at EMS that you just didn't sleep. You didn't sleep for like a week. It sucked really bad every single day. And like, my pay got docked to like $12 an hour or something like that because of the shift differential. It's like, man, this sucks. I really wish I didn't do this. That's why, I'll be honest with you, if any of you guys are thinking about moving to North Carolina and you're in EMS, do not work for Wake County EMS. They got a huge pay raise, and I gotta be honest with you, you know, it's tempting, but honestly the place sucks. Here we are, the illustrious Freakway Gun and Gold with a Glock 17 on the freaking side of the building. We're on this death alleyway right here. I'm gonna freaking die here. Y turn. I'm parked down here because my freaking Glock 26 is sticking out and I'm like open carrying right now. Anyway guys, thank you for watching. Deuces.